So welcome back everyone. Now we are going to talk about the experiment by Matt Messelson and Frank Stahel. So as I discussed in my previous video that the DNA replication models are were of three types. The first was the semi-conservative, the second was the dispersive, and the third was the conservative. So if you guys have not watched my previous video, I suggest you to click the I button on the right hand side of the corner and then first watch that video and then come to this video. So let's move on to the experiment. So what they did was they grew the E. coli bacteria into two growth medium. The first was the 15N nitrogen, which was the heavier isotope of nitrogen, and second was the 14N, which is the normal nitrogen. So they took this medium containing 15N heavier isotope and the 14N normal isotope, and then they inoculated it with E. coli. Now after the few generations, the E. coli present in this medium will have a DNA whose bases are labeled with 15N and 14N respectively. So as we know that the DNA contain bases, and in the bases of the adenine, guanine, thymine and cytosine there is nitrogen. So when we grew this E. coli in this medium respectively, the DNA was labeled by 15N and 14N, that is the normal one. After that what they did was they isolated the DNA and then they performed the cesium chloride density gradient centrifugation. Now going into detail of this centrifugation, that in cesium chloride density gradient centrifugation, the DNA floats or sinks until it reaches a point at which the density equals the surrounding solution. So from this statement we can suggest that the DNA which is more denser will settle at the bottom and the DNA which is lighter will move out to the top. So we can guess that the 15N DNA was isolated from this flask, settled at the bottom of this after the density gradient centrifugation, and the 14N DNA was at the top. So this is the same line, the 15N DNA which was denser was positioned near the bottom and the lighter 14N was upwards relatively. Now this was the basic experiment. Now moving on to the main experiment, what they did was they took the medium of 14N, that is the normal nitrogen, they took only the medium without cells, and then they inoculated the 15N E. coli. So the DNA of E. coli was labeled with this heavier isotope and then inoculated this with in the 14N medium. Now they let it grow for only 20 minutes, that is one generation, because we know the doubling time of E. coli is 20 minutes, and after 20 minutes they isolated its DNA and then they performed the cesium chloride density gradient centrifugation as the same as above. Now what they found out was the intermediate band between the 15N DNA, there is the 15N at the bottom and 14N at the top. So they found an intermediate band between the top and the bottom. Now this suggested that the DNA replication is not conservative. Now why it is not conservative? Because if it was conservative, then we might get two bands should have obtained. Now why if it was conservative, the two bands should have got? That is because according to the conservative model of DNA replication, the parent DNA remains as it is and the daughter DNA is new daughter DNA is generated. So we might get a 15N parent band and the 14N daughter band here. Now this was not the case. We found only an intermediate band. Therefore, DNA replication is not surely conservative. Okay. Now this leaves us two things. Now the DNA replication can be either semi-conservative or dispersive. So for this they did the second experiment. In this what they did was again they took the N14 medium and then they inoculated it with 15N E. coli and then they grew it for the 20 minutes, same as in this experiment. However, what was different in this experiment was after the DNA isolation they heated this mixture of DNA to make the DNA single stranded. So as we know that when we heat the DNA, the double stranded DNA is converted into single stranded by the breaking of hydrogen bond due to energy provided by heat, and then they performed the CaCl centrifugation. So what they found out was this was the single stranded DNA. The one single strand was found in the bottom of the tube, that was the 15N labeled, and the second was the 14N DNA which was found on the above of the tube. So this suggested that the DNA of the first generation in this tube consisted of both the one strand of 15N and one strand of 14N. So this clearly suggested that DNA replication is semi-conservative. Thank you.